Have you got thrown into God Pharaoh? Now I had this in one of my sealed pools actually yesterday that I played. Yeah. Um, I don't know. I was in white green and I had 17 creatures, but there was times when it just did nothing. So I don't know if I'll take it, but maybe I should. Um, let's have a look. So we've got a Crop Crasher. I really like the Crop Crasher, a card I haven't had a chance to cast yet. On a Crop Captain's good, but it is gold. We obviously don't want to lock too hard into gold, because if you watch my draft 2, you see what happens when you pick a gold card first. We've got Scaled Behemoth, which I like, but I think we want to go fast. So maybe we take the Crop Crasher, and we look at building. We hopefully get to build a fast deck. Let's see what happens. Oh, we got a message. Alright, let's take the Crop Crasher. Obviously, we're not locking into red, but I do want to do it if we can. Wind Guide. Wind Guide is the gold card that we first picked and got supremely punished in a horrible deck for. Opponent took a rare. Sorry, opponent, whatever. Player to our right took a rare. Stir the Sands is good. True Heart Twins, I think, is pretty good. Fling, I like. Recruit and Gwindor. Manticore's good, but obviously you don't want to fill up on 5 drops. Whenever you exert a creature, all creatures you control get +1. I mean, that's a pretty good one. I think we take that as a curve topper. Insider, I don't know if it's any good. Maybe it is. But that's the kind of card that I expect to come back over this. So maybe we take this. There's really nothing, like the rest of the cards are just whatever. Alright, what are we saying here? We've got the Initiate, which gives me evasion, and then another Manticore, but again, red cards, obviously you don't want to take red cards too. Sorry, you don't take 5 drops too early, because you just tend to get flooded on them, and especially if you try and do this red thing, this aggro thing. The Horned Kopesh, I've been told, is not bad. Like, I don't know if anyone watched the Pro Tour coverage with Li Shiqian's deck. He was taking those. He was picking those hard. Basically anything that was, cheap and did damage, he was taking. There's also the Pathmaker Initiative if we're trying to force this to happen. The Skirmish is fine. Ancient Crab's playable in a different kind of deck. Can't be blocked this time. I think we just take the... I mean, it doesn't work with any of our picks so far. It's not really much... Let's take the red card. Let's make a stand. Take the red cards. Probably take a green card. This I would not expect to be in the pack, but then there's also a Gust Walker, which is a great card. Maybe green's not as good as I thought, or maybe people don't value it, because, well, so far there's 1 uncommon and 2 commons missing from this pack. Magma Spray obviously comes to mind. The Cast Out's obviously pretty good. So the choice here is basically Gust Walker versus Serpapard. Take the Vizier of Tumbling Sands for, I think it's worth a couple of bucks for the deck that it's running in. I think we take the Serpapard. I think we, that seems to be a signal to me. I could be wrong. Pouncing Cheetah's below, yeah. Mengelhorn is not great. By Force is not playable. This is a pretty weak pack overall. I think Pouncing Cheetah is the way to go. Obviously, the curve's not where I want it to be. We could take a Nimble Blade though. It's fine, We're not excited, but we're getting cards that fit the deck that we first picked. Time to Reflect. I've never seen this card before. Interesting. I guess we just stay the course, take a 2-drop. Initiate's Companion is fine. I think it's, I was pretty down on it at the start, but then I realised it's actually not that bad. I guess we take Blazing Volley for a sideboard. Giant Spider is, again, it's playable. but not great. I'll just see, because I know Shadow of the Grave is actually being played a lot of constructed decks. Maybe we want to take the rare for... yeah, it's worth almost a ticket. Let's be greedy here. Blazing Volley is a sideboard card anyway. Yeah. Throne the Godfrey came back, so we'll take it. We'll see if we can find a spot for it. Because if we are aggressive, obviously that's the deck you want it to be in. You want to be in the deck where you're attacking and you're hitting them and just having your creatures tapped, and it will add points in the right deck. Fling here. Red's not overly open. I'm guessing that with the fact that the 2 commons were missing from that pack 4, Magma Spray was an Electrickery or whatever, that Electrify are some of the ones that I'd imagine being taken early. Skirmish is probably the better card there. River Surfer, yeah, whatever. Destroy target artifact, sure. Sixth Sense, sure. Okay, so interesting packs. I don't know where exactly we are, to be honest. We've got 2 drops, we've got 3 drops, we've got a 5 drop. 7 creatures and a fling. Like, if this curve was to stay about this, then that's fine. What am I saying? I'm pretty sure white's definitely cut hard, because we didn't see any of the white commons that you sometimes see moving through the packs. Well, Harvest Season we're not taking. Renewed Faith we're not taking. True Heart Twins, we don't want another one. I think the pick here is basically the Exemplar of Strength, which is one of the lesser 2 drops you can get, or the Initiate's Companion, which isn't much better. We're probably taking Exemplar of Strength, because if you can attack with it, yeah, if you drop it turn 2, attack turn 3 on the play, it's good. It just gets better from there. Yeah, there's not really much else to say for any other cards in the pack here, unfortunately. Let's take some 2 drops. Oh, hello. Okay, so cards that we want to see, especially rares, is the Heart of Manticore. This is just a good card. You drop it, it flings, and you can embalm it, it flings again. I don't mind having an Emberhold Minotaur in the deck, but if I'm taking a 4 drop, then this is definitely the one I'm taking. This is the card I want to try. I hope I get one of these back, because I just haven't had a chance to play it or see it be played. Entangle is a card that you kind of want in all these decks as well, and if we get lucky it'll come back, but for now we're taking the Manticore. We're telling people that we are red and we are proud. And this one, we are disappointed. Some awkward packs coming past. Brawler versus Inciter. I honestly don't know how good this card is. Is the Inciter even playable? I get that there are times when it's just going to be fantastic, but then other times where it's just a 1/1 for 1. Brute Strength we could look at taking as just an in-combat trick. Considering we don't have any we haven't seen a single Magma Spray or Electrify, which obviously if we see one we're just snapping it. Pursue Glory? I mean, probably not. Or Hooded Brawler. Hooded Brawler, so we definitely want something. Alright, let's take the Inciter. Take the Inciter, see what we can do with it. Oh, hello. What do we see? Just check what this does. No. Yeah, so we're just 100% taking... Oh, Cartouche, though. Alright, so we're taking Magma Spray, because we're unlikely to get it back next pack. I do like this Cartouche, and I'm tempted to take it, but we can't. Gustwalker, so yeah, packs are very interesting. I'm guessing the people either right next to me or just slightly down from me on the other side are white-red, just the fact that it got cut pretty hard in pack 1. If we take the Emberhold Minotaur, we're not as low to the ground as we want to be, but it's fine. We want to play green, right? We don't have to, we could play white. Take the Gus Walker. See what happens. So Threshold Lizard here is pretty good. Again, a card that I thought was not great, but it could just so often be a 4/4, and you just that's fine. That's more than okay. I guess we're taking another Bloodlust inside it. We're definitely not playing the second one, even if we do play the first one. Synchronized Strike is a maybe card. It's a card that can do stuff in the right deck. Blazing Volley for sideboard. Said Kapesh, people are playing it in these decks, in these aggressive decks. If we can make it work, it'll be awesome. What we want to do basically is get a deck that we can play 16 land or less, and just curve out beautifully. That's basically the goal. Okay, waiting for a new pack. So we're getting there. So we definitely want to see some more interaction. I think probably my favourite card to pick up here would be the green Cartouche or the red Trial. Just ways that I can hurt hurt my opponent's creatures, because obviously there comes a point where if you don't get that at first couple of points in, then you just can't do anything. Brute Strength, I mean, we could maybe look at playing a Brute Strength. I don't know if Brute Strength is better or worse than Synchronized Strike. I'm guessing Synchronized Strike's probably better. Generally, because that doesn't, I think it gets trample. So, I mean, it's probably, I guess deck to deck is what we're looking at there. Pursue Glory, okay, why not? So, I'm pretty sure we're not playing white, so let's get the Gus Walker out of there. Tormenting Voice, probably not going to play that. Play that for the swag value, yo. Alright, so that's not the rare we wanted to open at all, and there is pretty much nothing in this pack for us. Bitterblade Warrior, I mean, it's a 2-drop, right? Take the Pathmaker Initiate, I don't think we want more than one of those. Spider Grasp, it's on colour, and Ceradon, I mean, it's basically 1 mana draw a card, but I'd rather a creature I can attack with. Crocodile Crossing, that's a good one. Crocodile Crossing, or if we want to go back and looking at white, we could take that, but I think we're just taking the Crocodile Crossing. It's a 4/3 haste, basically, at worst case. Shed Weakness is this card we could take, but we're not going to. Oh, okay. So this is... I've heard a lot, because I listen a lot to the guys at Limited Resources, obviously Marshall, they're basically calling this one of the best cards in Limited, so... And we're deep in red. This can do some nice stuff where you just play it, then attack with everything, and you just win all of the games forever. So that's a really good pickup for us, and we're definitely playing it. So yeah. So the deck's shaping up a bit. Like I said, we're still a few points of removal from where I'd want to be. Like I definitely want either maybe another Magma Spray, an Electrify if I have to take it, or the green Cartouche, or the red Trial. But I don't think we're at 33 cards, so I suppose we've still got a few fresh packs to look at. But I don't know. Basically, we need to hope our opponents stumble a bit. So here we're seeing Ronus Monuments, the first thing that jumps out at me. Another Initiate Companion, I don't think we want that. Ronus Monuments, so because we're not quite the super aggressive deck that we want it to be, you know, the 2-drop dot deck, Ronus Monument's probably going to be better for us, especially, you know, looking at, especially with Fling and, you know, bringing in cards that are a bit higher up on the curve. So yeah, we'll take the monument. We're likely to play it. Minotaur sure shot. I mean, it does die. Yeah, it's fine. Like it's not. It's not. I did originally call it one of the best red commons. I was wrong. Prepare to fight. We don't really have a way to get white mana, and I don't really want to splash for that. Javelin. Do I have many instants or sorceries? 1, 2... I mean, I'm probably not feeling until the end of the game anyway. 3... maybe 5? Yeah, I guess we'll take it and see how the deck runs out. I think that's the thing you kind of want to run in a blue-black deck. Oh, sorry, black. Nope, that's the colours on top of me. In a red-blue deck, where you can play a bunch of sorceries and hold the board down to play that guy later and do some cool stuff. Manticore of the Gauntlet does 3 damage to face, so maybe we take that as a finisher. Watchful Naga isn't overly exciting, it's below curve. Mengelhorn? Do we want to play Mengelhorn? Maybe we play these Kopeshas, maybe we just make our creatures bigger. I don't know. I'm definitely not playing Mengelhorn, right? Like I've got, if I get desperate for artifact removal, I've got this in the sideboard. Yeah, let's take the Kopesh. I said, don't know if I'm playing it. Pathmaker Initiate, probably not playing a second one of those. Nothing. Shed Weakness is a card. So we've got a few combat tricks we can play just because we are missing out removal. So I have to decide exactly how the deck folds out. We've got 27 cards here at the moment. Definitely think of a couple we can cut. We'll just go to building. Blazing Volley, sure. Like Blazing Volley is not sideboard, obviously. There is a world where you can sideboard that in because of these super aggressive decks that we didn't quite get to be. Alright, so let's pull that out of there for now. So, where are we at? So we're at 27 cards. We want to play... oh crap, we want to play 17 land here, unfortunately. The question is, what are we going to cut? Like, I like all of the creatures. Like, all the creatures I want to keep, basically. So it's 17 creatures. So we need to cut some stuff down here. Maybe we just want to cut these Kopeshas. Like, they seem fine, but I think, like, combat tricks are just better, right? 25. Maybe we can cut one of these. Power 2 or less can't block this turn. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Let's just cut one of those. Maybe we do go 16. Do we have much to do with cycling? No, we don't. No, we definitely have to go 7 with this one. So we'll cut the worst of these. I guess we'll cut the Shed Weakness. It's probably the worst of them. Alright. Put our Swag Mountain in. That one's not a Swag Mountain, is it? No. Combined group. Let's have a think about what our land is going to be. So obviously we're going to be deep red here, but we do have some double green cards, so we can't go too far down the rabbit hole here. 10-6 is definitely not what we want to do. Sorry, 10-7 would be 11-6. So wait up. Let me just pull this out again. 10-7 I may consider, but realistically I think it needs to be 9-8. Just because we do want we want to play Serpent on turn 3 because it's just that's where you want to. If you're playing it after turn 3, it's less good. Yeah, so we'll play 9-8. We'll play 8-8 and add our Swag Mountain, which is this one.
Yeah, and thanks for coming.